don't know who they are. Tell me when we're ready, Van Grafton. I don't know. Are they even chummy? I don't. Their music ain't really similar at all. I don't think. But you know what? That's how I'm going to start the show today with it, man. All y'all in here, I appreciate everybody here came together and got me a birthday gift. I know I'm a little late on this, but thank you very much. On June the 23rd, me and my wife are going to a Hank Jr. concert. Are you familiar with Hank Jr.? Well, I'm very familiar with the man. If you come over to my house, it's probably the only thing I have playing on the radio is Hank Williams Jr. radio. And I went to a concert one time. I think me, Tim Dutton, and Will Rowland went to a Hank concert. And we sat in a box with Ben Blake, like whenever they would have those.
You never seen a Star Wars?
Never saw that. Never. You know, everybody talks about how wild those shows were. I tell you what I do is I go back now and I'll watch old footage of Hank's concerts in those outdoor venues, and they give me goosebumps. My body starts shaking when he comes out. So thank you guys for doing that for me. We're in the front row, center stage, looking right up. I don't know if he'll invite me up on the stage or not. I'm already having me a Bocephus, some cowboy boots. I'm walking around uncomfortable in and a cowboy hat. So I'm very thankful. So again, thank you guys. Edward, what are you thankful for this morning?
8:14.
Just thankful that so far it's been a great week.
Has it? What's been so good about it? Tell us more.
Been getting stuff done.
Have you been getting shit done around here? Have you? All right. Well, if you're on here, do me a huge favor. Like, comment, share the stream. And you, what are you thankful for?
It's a beautiful day outside.
You're so creative. Oh, and a big shout out to you, Ollie.
Thank you.
Ollie. Happy birthday. She's 20. We should have made you do the show today.
No.
Damn, I apologize. That is my fault.
Okay.
And I knew your birthday. Weatherman was telling me it was today. I knew it was this week because you were telling us. But happy birthday. Hayden says, thankful for them low rates that are on the way. Yes, they are coming eventually. And today's show topic, how did I word it? I know it's a little wordy today, Van, but how did I word this?
How everything I've done has not stopped me.
How everything I have done has not stopped. I think you left out a few things. How everything I've done wrong has not stopped me. Are we still going? I got my mouth wide open on there. Yeah, it's how everything I have done wrong has not stopped me. That's all right, Van. I can fix it right here and tell everybody. But most of the time, I have made the wrong decision. I can look back into my life and say, you know what, that was not a good decision. I can look back and say, this was not a good decision. I can look at Edward's life and say, dude, that's not a good decision. I can look at most people. And I think if you look at yourself, you can say, that was not a good decision. There's one thing, though, that has kept me on track. I have made a lot of bad decisions. I've had a lot of failures, but I have not given up on my future. That is the only thing I can say, you know what, this is one thing I've done right. So whenever I was in college, I was a shitty student. I think I graduated with a 2.3 GPA. I think that clicked off, Van. Maybe I'm in the dark up here. Say what? A 2.3 GPA. I remember one time I was on academic probation, and they said if you don't pull your grade up to a certain level, if it doesn't come up to a certain level, you're going to be kicked out for a semester. Van, is that still going?
Yeah, it's the camera doing it what it always does.
Yeah. Okay. Well, so the semester after I was warned from the school, if it does not come up to this, if you don't pull your GPA up to like maybe it's a 2.0, you're going to have to take a break. So that semester, I did not do it. And I was telling everybody, you know what, I'm just going to take a little time off. I'll get back into this in about a semester. I'm going to take a semester off. What's going on up there, Van?
It's the camera just shut off.
Damn, I'm just up here in the dark. I feel like telling a nighttime story. Well, I'm going to continue anyway. So I'm telling all my friends I'm going to take my semester off. Didn't really tell them until a little bit later. Well, you know, I'm really getting kicked out. Didn't want to tell you that. So a buddy of mine, Jamie Comer, he told my mom I was quitting school. And my mom's a big overreactor, so she comes to me and she's like, what the hell are you doing? And I get something in the mail about registering for the fall class coming up, registration. I'm like, well, that's funny you're sending that to me. So I go up there and they're like, well, you would have been kicked out, but luckily you dropped all those classes and you weren't a full-time student, so you can come back. So I told all those people I was quitting, and I didn't. So I wasn't a good student, graduated with a 2.3 maybe, somewhere in there, but I finished, and I hated school, and I didn't apply myself. So I developed at an early age behavioral habits of being very half-ass. And I'm looking back, if I could go back and change some of those things, I really wish I would have applied myself more on a daily basis. So then I go in and I'm a stockbroker. I failed there. They fired me. Hello, Andre, Sammy Gordon. I got fired. Then I went to another place and I got fired. Then I was at this one place and I knew I was going to get fired, and I turned in a resignation letter. After they're about to fire me. So I'm looking at all these things, and then I get into this business. John brings me into this business, and most everybody here, everybody that's here that has been here longer than a couple years, they are ahead of where I was after 10 years. I'm talking about financially. It took me 10 years to ever make $100,000 in this job. 10 years. No, the commissions weren't like they are today. But the fact is, there's people, Josh, you're going to be 23 years old making more money than I did in my late 30s. Think about that. So I'm looking at all these things which pointed to really not what I thought. I asked this gentleman over here when he was 24 years old, did he think 30 would look like it does? Does it?
No.
Well, my 30s didn't either. When I was 35, I moved in with my mom. But when I moved in with my mom, I always had this belief, one day, hey, I know it's taking a little while to get there, but one of these days, it's going to work out for me. One of these days. And I don't know why I've had this gift, this belief that even if I get real negative in the moment, I still believe better things are coming. Whenever I say something about how bad things are right now, I still know they're coming. So the one thing that I can say that has kept me on the right track is not my decisions in the moment. Because my decisions and my habits and the work effort or the work ethic that I applied in that moment didn't get me where I wanted to. The one thing that's going to help get me there is I still believe that those little dreams I had are still possible. I still believe they're going to happen. So if you'll never quit, if you'll never give up, no matter how bad, no matter how much you're struggling, sooner or later, the person that never quits, they do accomplish the things they never thought. Well, everybody else would say that ain't going to happen. Whenever I told Joe Hafner, one day we're going to get to 100 houses. We're going to sell 100 houses. That would be about like that particular time. I would say you were on a better track than me. Although during that time, John helped me out a lot. I had a lot of sales going on, but 100 houses seemed impossible. Now last year we did 219. And the only reason why is because I believed. I never gave up on my future. Shut us down, Van Grafton. I got to go to a meeting.